AMG family, Mondo here. Hey, just wanted to make sure real quick before we get started that you guys have subscribed to the AMG Podcast channel. Go below if you can't see it, look a little, scroll down, whatever you got to do. Hit that subscribe button. It helps us immensely here at the AMG Podcast. The second thing we need you to do is turn on your notifications. That way, anytime we drop new content, you are the first to be notified. That way we can grow together. We can learn in life together and do life together. All right. So with that said, let's get to it. What's going on, fam? It's the AMG Podcast here with the fellas. Tonight, we are having a last minute hoorah with the gentlemen to talk about some things that are hot off the press we want to inform everyone of and chop it up, give you our thoughts, perspectives, and all that good stuff. It's been a while since we've seen you, so let's dig into it. First, we got my boy Craig Cooper over in DC area. We got Travis in Raleigh. Is it Raleigh, Durham, or just Raleigh, North Carolina? Is it both? I never understood that.
Depends who you're talking to. People here want to call it the Triangle, but
The Triangle.
yeah, Raleigh,
Okay.
Durham.
Well, my boy Travis from the Triangle. I have no idea where that is, but it's in North Carolina somewhere. Oh man, we
Yeah.
got AJ up in Canada. Sorry about the Blue Jays, homie.
Oh man, too early.
Too early. Okay, my bad. And then we got old brother Woods over in San Antonio, Texas. So hey, fellas, let's have a great conversation about some hot topics. The one thing that I want to bring up though, and why we want to do this tonight, is a conversation that was sparked. Woods and I were trading text messages and talking about something. So what did you send me? What kind of popped it off, Woods? I get everybody hip to what we're talking about, man.
So I was surfing, of course,
Yeah.
looking for, well, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about volatility in
Okay.
the market.
Mhm.
So I started going down the web rabbit hole, and once I got near the bottom, I found out about banks borrowing an uncanny amount of money from the reserve over the past week. And I haven't heard that since 2007.
Oh, and what happened in 2007 when they did that?
Well, that kind of crashed the market by 2008. So that was a precursor of what was to come back then.
So you mean to tell me what happened in 2007 is happening right now?
From a bank borrowing money standpoint, absolutely. They're actually borrowing more now than back then.
Why? Why do you think? Or what did it say? Whatever you saw? Did it say?
It did not say. They
Which is
hinged,
scarier.
well, they hinged the research on commercial lending, is what
Okay.
they hinged it on. Not
Oh,
necessarily residential real estate, but commercial lending.
got it. Okay.
However, that affects the banks, the way they operate for everybody, not just commercial, but
Mhm.
private too.
Okay. So what does this tell us? Because I saw a video you sent me after that, right? And this guy was talking about a popular bank, and they had some projections, if you will. I went down a rabbit hole after you said that to me.
Yeah, yeah.
So this video, I'm gonna paraphrase, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the guy say that Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, stated that their analysts and their strategists are projecting a 60+% chance of a recession coming up?
Yes,
Okay, and am I leaving something out?
you are leaving out the fact that it is upon us.
Mm.
They are predicting it will happen end of 2025, beginning of 2026.
That's now.
That is now.
Yeah. Wait, the end of this year?
End of this year or the beginning of next year, the recession will happen.
What month we in? AJ, what is this? No.
We in a countdown looks like then.
Oh man. So I don't know, fellas. How does this is alarming, especially when we've been preaching this for a long time to the people we talk to, is to make sure that you're aware of what's going on and you want to protect your assets from the things that happen in the market, this volatility, this 60+% chance of a recession, banks storing money away. They're not doing it for no reason. As a matter of fact, I told Coop this earlier. Remember that I sent you guys that email about one of the companies we work with and how they said because of the market volatility and different things they see coming in the near future, they will be discontinuing certain products. You don't have carriers discontinuing products because everything is sunshine and rainbows.
Mm-hmm.
They want to remove themselves from risk. I mean, am I off base? Holler at me, guys. Like, am I tripping? Like, that's no coincidence.
No.
No, and I feel like a lot of the conversations we have talk about always being aware of the fact that that could happen.
Right.
You know, it could happen, and I think some folks have been projecting since July that it's likely to come this way, that some of the things that are happening now, like the government shutdown, we're kind of on the way. But, you know, it's a series of dominoes that
True.
seem to be falling. And it
True.
doesn't seem like we're going to circumvent getting out of the chaos, at least for some short period of time.
Yeah.
You know, the recession could last a few months. It could last a year. Longer. I don't know.
So let's talk about what this means for certain people. So, Coop, if someone is in their 30s, 40s, maybe even early 50s, this conversation would you say is different than someone who's in their 60s, upper 50s, 60s, and 70s? Like what we're talking about, it seems like it would hit them different, or what do you think?
Absolutely. You know, and you go back to 2008, that was what, what was it?
Almost 20 years ago. Yeah.
Almost 20 years ago, 18
Oh,
years
wait,
ago.
whatever it was, 30 years ago? I don't know what it was.
18,
20, almost 20 years ago? Yeah.
17 or so years ago,
Yeah.
whatever. So
Something
during that time, S&P was down 40%. People were 42 to 45. They are now, fast forward 18 years, they're on the verge of retirement. So if they follow that whole strategy of, well, I'll wait for the market to rebound. You know, that probably was and that doesn't necessarily, I'm not necessarily saying that's a good strategy, but it's probably a lot more palatable back then because you still had 20 years or so before,
Yes.
retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Father Time was a little bit more on your side back in the 40 when you was 40 something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But now if I'm, 60, 64, whatever, I don't necessarily know if I have the time for the market to rebound. And that's if it does.
Right.
To where I can truly benefit from it. Where I, at a scale to where it matters.
Mm-hmm.
So do I really want to gamble with that? So what's the other choice then, AJ? So we're like, all right, well, if I'm in my 60s, 50s or whatever, and the market's, been great for a little bit, but I was doing this, Father Time is kicking. What should I do at this point? Just say, hey, just gonna wait it out, or what?
Yeah, you definitely have to like get proactive to see like where you can allocate because like not only are you seeing now with that whole situation with JP Morgan Chase predicted the recession, you have to look at the other side of it too. You have to look at USA's total deficit's like at $1.7 trillion this year. And like I think like 1 trillion of it is coming from net interest of loans that they're taking, right? So that is a huge part. And now we've actually been seeing it with the government shutdown. We've been seeing with the Fed cuts actually coming up. Actually, I believe it was either today or yesterday. We might be seeing again how it happened through COVID, where you're going to start seeing the money printing machine is going to happen again. So not only are you going to be dealing with the possible case of the stock market either crashing hard, or now you're going to be looking at, okay, if the money printing machine is going to happen again, interest rates will go low, your purchasing power is going to go even higher again. Of course, you're going to have big corporations will be taking advantage of that, but then where it leaves the actual normal human is that now you're going to look at super inflation again, right? So you're going to be looking at house prices either jumping up, you're going to see a whole bunch of things on the market, and now everybody has more purchasing power, so all of a sudden that increase is going to be even more substantial. And then all of a sudden now you're looking at the power of your money shrinking down big time, right?
Yep.
So you have like almost like a double-edged sword now, where it's just like either you're going to lose a lot of money, or on the opposite side, you're going to have the hyper side of it, where of course you're going to make a lot of money for it too, but then at the same time, your power of your money is going to be shrinking at the same time. So it's just like it's a really, really situation here where you have to really look at being proactive here.
And that's crazy, man, because when they start printing money, dude, that's not good.
Nope.
Only
That
time
is
we lose
not,
when we have assets, and even
yeah,
still, then
yeah, it is not good when they start printing money, man. If y'all ready to pay for, a carton of eggs for $20 each,
Mhm.
go ahead, have at it.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, it's already near that in the first place.
yeah.
But seriously though, man, so a lot of times what I've been seeing as of late is seeing individuals being a little not proactive, but reactive. Okay. So let me kind of walk y'all through this. This is what I've been thinking about. Talk to Coop about it a little bit. I think a lot of folks look at where they are in the market, whether it be stocks, whether it be retirement portfolios or whatever. And because it's doing well, their emotions are attached to that reality and they're just riding the wave and they're hype about it. It's kind of like that adrenaline and that dopamine you get when you hit at the crap table and you're
Mhm.
like, yeah, I ain't leaving. I'm on a streak. I'm on a roll. And
Exactly.
right. And you're like, ooh, I'm getting it now. That's what I've been waiting on. And then you lose your draws 2 hands later. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like a lot of people just riding that. Ooh, I knew here it is. Here it is. Well, I ain't going to do nothing now. I'm not going to secure it now because I'm still winning over here. And then guess what? Because a lot of the people who say that, with all due respect, are not market analysts, not keeping up with the market like they probably should if they're going to play at the table like they are. So what ends up happening, things happen, and then that same person reacts. Oh crap, I'm starting to lose. The last time it happened was early in the year, back in April, right? Tariff talk, market goes for a little bit. It didn't go crazy like they're talking about now, but it took a massive dip, and people are hitting me up talking about I lost 30 grand in a day or in a week. I lost 20 something. I lost almost 100. People are losing just in a dip like that. But a month ago, before tariff talk, everything was, ooh, I'm winning now. Y'all see the psycho part of that? It's like, and not trying to disrespect anybody, but it's like at some point, it's like, I don't see wealthy people doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or the wealthy people just have enough of a portfolio to where they can manage it. They
here,
could take the hit and let it ride for a while. But I
right.
think when it's somebody who has a lot of their retirement account or a lot of their savings or whatever in an IRA or in a 401k or invest in stocks
Yeah.
and they're trying to multiply it,
Yeah.
not thinking of the potential loss, it's a
Yeah,
different
weighted
story.
risk. It's weighted risk.
Yeah. It's like, especially if you have a 401k account and you got 100 grand in it, let's just say it's 100 grand, whatever retirement account, doesn't matter. And if you can't afford in your mind, emotions, and financial reality to lose 20 grand,
Yeah.
then you need to put your money into a more secure vehicle that's not in the market. Like if you're going to play the game, if you're going to be at the crap table, you got to be able to take the highs and all the lows without vomiting. You know what I'm saying? Like take the L and keep on right on chin and keep playing. I really like if you, for instance, AJ, I talked to this other guy the other day. I said, man, he's all hype about where his money is, this, that, and the other. I'm like, that's great. I said, what will happen if you lost like a third of that, which would be probably about 200 grand or so? Oh my God, man, I would lose my ever loving mind. Okay, then you need to get out of there.
Yeah.
Put it in something that's more predictable and more secure. Put it in contracts and get it out of these doggone accounts. That's not a good way to sleep. Now, if you're in a position financially to where you can lose 200 grand and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll figure it out and just keep it moving. If you're kind of financially stable to that point to where you can lose 100 grand or two and not really flinch, just kind of feels like this versus a punch in the face. If that's you, then cool, stay in the market and keep dancing. That's fine. But if you're retirement age or approaching retirement age, or you just have I don't care what age you are, you got your pennies, and you trying to make something of it, what's one of the best vehicles they can put it in? Y'all know. Where?
Life insurance contract.
In a contract.
Put in life insurance contracts. Put in life insurance contracts. Here's one thing, man. Like even with everything going on, like I had a guy say to me, he said, man, I know I did this and I'm glad I did, but I'm seeing the market go up. And I said, and you're getting some gains too. You act like you're not benefiting in what we did. He said, oh, I know, but I just, man. I said, but this is not really where you're going to be like, high-fiving everybody. Where you're going to really be high-fiving your wife because y'all made a good decision is when the market turns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, that's where the people that go into the vehicles and the contracts we help them with, that's where they high five, is when the market's going the other way and they're not.
Yeah, zero's your hero.
Yes, you're not losing anything. And that's the thing, man. It's like, here's what's crazy to me, guys. I'm getting my little soapbox for a second. Why does it seem that people that have means, right? They have a lot of resources. They want to put their money in contracts. They want to preserve all of the money they have. Like they want to protect it, that big thing. They're like really hardcore about it. But those who are on the way to that point or trying to get to that point, they gamble the most. The ones who can't afford to gamble. The ones who can't afford to gamble don't.
Dopamine effect, man.
Dopamine effect.
Yep.
I mean, I think people in the middle class too love the idea of doubling their money and then their life circumstances completely changing. Like if I have 100 and I can turn it into 2, then everything in my world is going to be a lot different. But I also think the standard American, the standard person in the, middle class is also used to McDonald's. Like they're used to instant food being fed immediately. And I think an annuity is synonymous with an actual, like the growth of a plant, the growth of food. It takes time. It's a slow process. It yields a higher result, but it's consistent. It's going to consistently grow over
Right.
time, and it's going to be safe. It's going to be there when you need it. But a lot of people want that. Like I check my stock portfolio and I hit a boom overnight and I didn't even realize it. And now I have $2,000 more than I did yesterday. People love that feeling.
True. So if I have my retirement account, or I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to retire, I think a contract that's got some predictability to it, got some security to it, has protection from market volatility, those things are more secure. This is common sense, right? But why is it then that we hear, here's the big one, the F word? Well, what about the fees, Woods? What about the fees? What the fees look like? I know there's fees. Okay, can we jump on that real quick? We're gonna turn this into a soapbox podcast. What about the fees?
Fees. If they got a brokerage account, they got fees. If they got a
Yep.
bank account, if they got enough money in there, it's gonna be fees.
There's fees everywhere, man.
There's fees everywhere.
Everywhere. I think the only thing they may not be charging fees for is air right now. Like,
Right.
Hey,
this-
let's not go too far. In
Right.
Toronto here, we have a rain tax
Mm.
when it rains.
taxing for rain,
Taxing for
Mhm.
rain.
man.
There's fees on cable bills. Come on, guys.
It's become right.
What are we
Exactly.
doing? What are we talking about?
Exactly. What about the fee? It's like, did you ask these questions when you open up your brokerage account? Did you ask this question when you open up your checking account and savings account or your money market? Did you ask? No, you didn't. You just, I'm going to sign this, and you walk off and don't even know. Now I'm not saying that there shouldn't be fees. People have to make a living.
Yeah.
Fees, stimulate the economy. People got to make a living. But yeah, I'm not opposed to all that. Because I guess, a regular working class person, right? You want a fee to be paid to you for the work you put in, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. So fees make the world go round. Without them, the economy is nothing. So, but we get real particular when it comes to life insurance and annuities and, well, what's the fees? It's like,
Well,
are we
but
serious right now?
it's interesting though, because a lot of times you don't see the fees are in the accounts. When you go and get an account somewhere, a lot of times you won't see the fees unless if you look at the fine print.
Yep.
But when
Right.
you're designing your own contract, You were
They're
going to
right there.
see everything
Yup.
up front.
Everything
So,
up
and
front.
I think that that's the, sometimes it's like a double-edged sword because people will look and see, they see everything up front. They're like, well, what about this and this and this? But it's like, well, this is your contract. You
Right.
are seeing everything.
Right.
Whereas when you go in and get an account, they're intentionally not going to show you everything because there may be things that they want you to overlook
Right.
because you're getting an account with them.
So let's not go even too far. Like on our everyday purchases, if you use a debit or credit card, you can charge a processing fee, but you just don't see it because the person that you're buying from builds it into their price because they're getting charged from your Visa, credit card, Amex, whatever it may be.
Yep.
So it's there still, but it's just they just put the price in that way they can take care of that fee too as well. So is this
Man, you
fees
cooking
make the
right
world
now.
go round? Like
You
I don't
cooking
have
now, buddy.
It's no different than going to an ATM machine, right?
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you got to pay money to get your money out, and so
And don't do an ATM in a convenience store because they hit you for triple that fee.
Oh, boy.
how about that? How about that? You take out $20 and it costs you,
$20 to get it out.
and you're okay with that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy, man. It's like, it's hopefully someone watching this, they get empowered to say, okay, maybe I should think about this a little differently. What's interesting is those who have, had some resources, maybe you call them the higher net worth individuals, there's certain questions that they don't ask. And then the middle class families we have, it's always the same questions they ask. It's really, and we get a lot more questions with middle class people than we do with the upper class people. When you kind of think that the upper class people would ask more, but they typically don't.
So I believe I'm just gonna put it out there. It's an education.
Yeah.
It's an education. It's a mindset.
Yep.
Right?
100%.
So when when you've done research and know what you want, you only need one reason to do it. Just one.
Yeah.
When you don't know, when you're uneducated and don't know, then you need to be convinced.
Yeah. And then everything that you're hearing, you're trying to poke holes to see why that's not right or why it's not correct.
Because it's new to you.
Because it's new.
Yeah.
Yes. Because it's new.
But it ain't new to them other folks.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So a lot of it comes down to what's I think trust, education. To your point, I think is.
I say one of the bigger things is trust too, right? Just because and this, especially in this new world, you know what I mean? Is this like, what is this? What I'm gonna get yanked for again? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that whole scammer be scam type of mentality, and we get it, we understand, but at the same time too, especially in our case, we're licensed professionals. We, we're not scamming you, or else we get our license taken away. So
and go to jail.
And go to jail. Yeah. No handcuffs with me. I'm so sorry.
No. So I hope it's an encouragement to people, man, to say, all right, cool. This is a new conversation. Let me be open-minded. Let me be willing to learn. And there's no shame in learning. There's no shame in even saying, man, I don't know any of this stuff. I had one lady, man, I so appreciate her. She is so just transparent. She's like, look, I know a lot about this thing over here and what I do for a living. What you do, sir, I know nothing. She said, so I got a pad and I got a pen and I'm in school. So teach me. I was like, wow. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, man, we need more people like that. You know what I'm saying? Like more people who are willing to just say, hey, teach me. Because at the end of the day, man, that's what we want, right? AMG, we want people to know what they're doing. Understand it to the T. Like your understanding of it has to outlive any of these faces you see on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
If Coop's got a cold, AJ's out of town, Travis is in Bermuda, and Larry is wherever he is. You need to understand how this thing goes. You can't wait on everybody to come back.
It's your contract.
It's your contract.
It's yours.
It's yours. And that's one thing that we pride ourselves on. And maybe I would even say, kind of cuts us a little different than some other firms, is because we want to make sure that you're not in the dark. We don't want to make you dependent upon, well, I got to make sure one of the guys around because I don't know what's going on with this thing. That's not cool. That's not cool. We want to make sure you understand. So with that, we've got mindset. We've got, let's connect the dots. You got people with mindsets that probably need to be a little bit more open. We've got individuals who are looking at the market real hype and energized on dopamine, right? They're like, yes, I'm excited. Let's go. What do people need to do though, man? Learn and be educated about how to protect yourself from market volatility. What will be your guys' suggestion? How do they do that? Or what does that even mean? If I don't even know what that means, what should I
I'd
do?
say that'd be probably one of the most biggest things, right? It's just like I feel that majority of the people in the back of their mind, because everybody's biggest fear is going broke. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you have that understanding, but it's like, what do I do with my hands? Like where do I even start? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I think a big thing is taking a leap of faith, finding whether it be one of us or a skilled professional that truly cares about your well-being and your interest, and help you walk you along that path. I mean, Woods, that's one of the things we talked about when you joined, man. It's like you ask those questions like, how are we going about things? What do we stand for? Like those are things that were important to you. Like you were like, look, like who are we helping? Why are we doing what we're doing? If this don't have a purpose, I ain't doing it.
All right.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
You know, so if we look at individuals and say, hey, you know what, here's what's coming. If you are, especially those, I really have a heart for those who are, 60 and up, man. Bro, because it's not like they can go get another career and put another hot 20 in and build a new retirement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like time is
Yeah.
not yeah. So I mean, Trav, we've talked to some wonderful people like that are already retired.
Yeah, and I mean, and they've also gotten cut with Social Security and pensions too. So
That
it's
too.
like that with the cost of groceries, the cost of living going up, it makes it really difficult on the month to month, especially if they're already getting distributions for income from these accounts that they have. You can't lose that.
No.
You can't lose your main source of income. Just lose it is crazy. And I think that, but I talked to someone recently who lost hers in 2008, like all
Really?
of it. Yeah.
Wow.
And she was driving Uber, and
Mm.
she's well over 60, and she's driving 30 to 40 hours a week and barely able to pay for a one-bedroom apartment. And she had a mortgage before and everything else, but like she lost all of it. So, it's interesting though, because what you asked earlier, why do people want to gamble?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not as fun to be safe.
Woo!
Simply put,
You said something right there, boy. You
That's a
cooking
good
that.
word, Travis. Say that again.
I mean, it's not though. It's not fun to be safe. But for the people that want the fun, right? The people that are like, I want to grow my money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's something you can still do. You don't have to play it so safe. Like with annuities or IULs, number one, you have the net floor of zero, so it is safe. Your money's safeguarded. But if you really want to play with it, you could still do some things to multiply your money. It doesn't mean that it's going to be boring. They're just going to sit there and not do anything. And well, now it's safe. Like no. I mean, you have quite a few clients who are maximizing their opportunities
Yeah,
in
man.
the game.
Absolutely.
It's
But
just a
again,
different game.
but here's the key about those people, to your point. When they first met me, they didn't know about it.
Mm.
They learned.
Yeah.
They were open. They were inquisitive. They weren't skeptical. They were inquisitive. See the difference?
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's look at why this can work versus all the reasons why it won't.
Yeah.
And you can, I can say it because of, look, you can either have small mentality, hood mentality, country mentality, whatever mentality you want to call it, but that doesn't pay well. And not to be disrespectful to anyone. I had to look at myself. I'm gonna put it in my own lap, AJ. If I wanted to get to a certain level with my family, I had to look at, okay, how good or how well is my plan working? I want to get there, but I'm here. Do I just keep doing the same doggone thing I've been doing that got me here? Or do I evolve to get there? I have to evolve. Sometimes evolving is uncomfortable. It's also is humbling. You got to exercise humility. Say, you know what? I don't know, Coop. I have to learn, man. I don't know that, but I'm willing to learn. But unfortunately, I think, and Woods, I don't know if you agree, but I think a lot of it, man, is lack of education, to your point, but also some of it is pride too, bro. It's pride. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. How is that working out for you? Like, can we be real and look in the daggone mirror? You've been doing that same plan for 20-something years. How well is that working?
It's insanity.
So at what point, Mondo, are we going to evolve, grow, learn, get around other people, look at credible sources, quit taking information from critics with no credentials, literally seek out people who have great information, great mindsets, great minds, great thinkers, progressive people, not people who are always looking for the quick lick, the quick hustle.
Well, I think the truth of the matter, though, is that social media is the quick lick too.
Oh, bro.
And when you talk to people, and it's like you mentioned IUL, I've had a lot of people that I've heard of an IUL, like they've, it's an immediate instinctive, like I've heard of an IUL. Yeah, I know, I've heard. Usually coming from social media, because I'm like, okay, so I'll ask some specific question about it, usually about the cash value, and they're like, what's that? I'm like, but so you're talking like when you say I've heard of an IUL, you're talking like you already know, kind of like trying to shut me, like, don't tell me about it because I've heard about it, I know.
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, so there's liquid cash associated to it that you could get. They're like, what? Say what? What do you mean? No. It's like, then you don't, because there's a difference from hearing about something and being educated as to what that is.
Yeah. So true. So true. And that's where I think, and the people we love we work with a lot of different people. AJ and I had a call this morning with our marketing team, and we're talking about, the people we work with. And that's probably one of the hardest questions to answer. It is. You want to see AJ and I sound like Elmer Fudd? Like, ask us, who's your perfect demographic? And we're like,
name your ideal avatar. And it was a 30-minute ramble.
Yeah. Because we have such an eclectic group of people that we've been honored to help. And I think a big part of that, though, man, is for us, and what I pride ourselves on is we're very relatable. We keep it 100 with people. We keep it straight up. There's no sugarcoating. And we will tell people the truth in regards to what they're doing, what they're thinking about doing, whether they work with us or not, right? People, they can do what they want. But it's more of showing people, like, we're going to tell you what others have not told you, because we see what you're thinking, and that's not, like, for instance, man, I went to a gathering one time, and we were in Vegas, and one of my boys, he wanted to gamble. He had a nice little lump sum, had a little bonus from work, and he wanted to, go to casino. So we were at the casino, doing their thing, and I know my range. I'm sitting at the $10 blackjack, Coop. I know my range. I'm chilling because I'm like, you know what? And plus, I'm not a big gambler anyway. I don't even know how to play poker. Like, I just did it for fun, just to be with the fella. I really don't have any idea what I'm doing. But this man, he was like, "Oh, I'm feeling good. I got a little lick, so I'm gonna go over to this table." The only reason he's going over there is because he got that bonus. If he hadn't had that bonus, he'd be over here with me. Guess what happened to him over there? Playing in an environment that his pocket can't sustain. Y'all get where I'm going? If your money is in the market and you cannot handle losing 10, 20, 30% without flinching, get your money out and put it into a secure contract. Don't be my boy over there losing his draws in about 30 minutes because he feeling good about that bonus. Yeah, his market been doing good. Yeah. Whoa, what happened? Hey, yo, Larry, I just lost what? Don't be that guy. And dude, I unfortunately I know it's gonna happen again because it happened a few months ago. Like I said in April.
Yeah.
Hey Mondo, remember that bonus annuity you told me about? Is there any way I can get it, man? I gotta get some of this money back because I got towed up, man. Man, them terrorists, blah blah blah. Okay. How about we think proactively, right, and long term versus reactively and short term? Think proactive, man. Proactive. That's the thing, bro. Like, is an annuity or even a life insurance policy, IUL, is it a quick lick or is it more of a you gotta let it cook for a minute?
It's wise to let it cook.
Yeah. Say for 90% of the people, 100%.
Let it cook. Let it cook.
Now, if you got the right funding, it can be a quick lick.
If you have the right funding.
You got the right
And
funding.
depend on your lifestyle too, because even with the right funding, depending on your lifestyle,
Yep.
the ratios are still the exact same.
Right. Right.
Yes. So, man, I think what's happened, like was it you, Travis, that said about like the microwave society, people want things quickly, they can't wait. Was that you or was it AJ, whoever it was?
Travis.
Yeah, AJ, yeah. It's like people want things so fast. And it's like, guys, in IUL, definitely in the annuities not, but an IUL is not a way to get rich in the next 5 minutes.
Mhm.
It's not a lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
If people treat an IUL or an annuity just the way they treat their 401k, they'll be pleasantly shocked.
Bro,
Right.
That's a
Bro.
great point.
that is a
Point.
fantastic. You
'Cause
cooking there, boy.
nobody's trying to use their 401k immediately.
No.
Well, you know
You
why, bro?
can't.
Because somebody told them they can't.
That's right. And they tell them they can't
Somebody,
every day.
somebody told them they can't. But when you got control of it, ain't nobody telling me nothing. Give me that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when we talk, like if the boss or the institution is telling you, get your hand off of that, or we're gonna tax you and penalize you.
Yeah,
Get your hand
that's
off
what
of
it is. It's that consequence discipline that stops everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the self-discipline of this is my contract for me and my family, and you said that's liquid in there? Really? Man, what could I do with that, Coop? I've been wanting that new green egg grill. You know what I'm saying? I've been wanting that. Like, man. Or, or an annuity. Man. Yeah, I know it's for my retirement, but you said I had that 10% annual. Yeah, I'm gonna take that out and go and treat my wife. It's like, wait a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it's different. Like, when you have been, responsible and kind of doing your thing. Like we have one wonderful client, one of Travis's clients, man. Fantastic. She's been retired. She's in her 70s. She's got a phenomenal pension. She's got all this other things going on. She has a couple different annuities. She has one that Travis helped her with that has a 10% not 10 bonus, 10% free withdrawal. And the reason why we put her in that is because she wanted to use some of those funds to take her dream vacation every year. She's in her mid-70s, man.
Enjoy it.
Now that's see, but she took care of her business.
She planned it out.
He planned it out. And
She
I
had
said
it
business.
cooked.
I said business with a D. That's because of what she says too. She took care of her business. But to your point, Travis, she set herself up right where she now has that luxury. Right? She's living fine. Dude, when I met her at an event this past summer, man, she looked like $1 million. This lady was sharp as all get out.
I
And
mean,
she
she made it clear though. She's like, when I get this annuity, and I was like, well, you're gonna be going to about 120. She's like, yeah, about 125 is what I'm thinking. So she's looking at it. She's looking at it. She's like, I'm gonna make I'm gonna be traveling. She's like, when I hit 100, I'm going to Thailand. Like
Yeah.
no cap, like
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there and she's like, I need to know that this annuity will do that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So man,
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, like what's cool is you've got several different examples, guys, right? We've got people who are getting it, people who have gotten it, people who they're on their way. They know they're coming. But I think what everyone needs to hear is that wherever you are on that spectrum, we're willing to meet you where you are and help you. Just allow us to give us the honor and privilege of meeting you where you are so we can help you grow, not just financially, but grow educationally in this space. And we can learn together, because when you bring certain things to us, hey, Larry, you know how it is. We learn stuff all the time because of different questions, whether it be challenges or whatever people bring to the table. We learn too. So look, man, I think this is great. We'll put a little dot in this thing for right now and pick it up on the next one. But guys, hey, Coop, I know you're a man of numbers, man. Like you love numbers. You watch the market. You do all that stuff. Any sort of golden nugget you want to leave everybody with as far as what's happening right now in the U.S. in the market? You got anything you want to offer?
Well, I mean, there was a lot going on today in the market. As I was watching the close, Bloomberg, they said that Kimberly Clark was down 14.5% today. That was their biggest decline since October 19th, 1987. Does anyone know what that day in history is? Black Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
So anytime you start having references to, days like Black Monday, that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So time to buckle up, right, Coop? Get our stuff together.
Yep.
That's it, man. All right, fellas, let's buckle it up right now. We'll get back on another episode of AMG Podcast. Thank you all, whoever watched. We'd love to hear from you. Click down below if you want to book a consultation to talk to one of these faces right here. We can definitely help you out, and love to meet you. You guys have a great day. See you.